Hey everyone, Nadine here, and today I'm going to be making a card front using this is the Crafter's Workshop. Let's see, the name of this stencil is called Celestial Sun, so it's TCW 923, so you can see that on there. So that will be the stencil I'm using. And then I'm also going to be using some Tacky When Dry gel medium, along with some Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes. This color is Egyptian Gold. And also going to be using my Creative Station from Xyron, which is too big to see. So anyways, I'm going to be using that. And I think I'm actually going to start off with my Xyron maker first. So let me put all of this aside. Okay, so I'm just going to be taking a 6x6 piece of black cardstock, and I am going to run it through my Creative Station here, like that, and then just run it right on through. And then cut that right off and move this thing out of my way. So I want to push this down to make sure I have the adhesive on the back side. And then just pulling the plastic backing off. And now my cardstock piece should have adhesive on it. I'm pulling it back onto itself and slowly, because sometimes if you pull it off too fast, you can pull little pieces off so you have holes in the adhesive. Okay, so now I'm taking the stencil and using some VersaMark. I'm just going to go and just pat this on one side of the stencil, because when I lay the stencil onto the adhesive, I don't want it to stick really badly on there, so I can peel it back off later. And this actually is not my idea or my technique. I've been seeing it done for quite a while, and I've been wanting to try it and play around with it, so I am. So now taking that cardstock piece and just laying the stencil right on it like so. And this is the backing that was on the Xyron adhesive. I'm just going to use that to push it down. So now taking the Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes. Oops, actually let me put some paper down first because this gets messy. I don't need lots of it. I'm just going to sprinkle some on there. Just kind of lightly push some of it down. Make sure you put the lid back on this, because those little things fly away way easily. And they recommend using a sponge, so I'm just using this cheap little foam brush that I got probably at the dollar store or something. I don't really know where I got them, but I have a bunch of them. And then just going in circular motion over the top of the image. Okay, I just feel like you have it all covered well. I'll just knock off the extra, and I'm going to throw this away. You can keep it if you like, but those little things to me I'm throwing away. So now just peeling off the stencil. There it is. You can see how pretty that looks. And then next, because this is still tacky, I need to put something on there, which you can put glitter on there if you like, or probably other items too, but I am going to do embossing powder. This is iridescent embossing powder. Now, once it's all covered, I'm just going to heat set it. So there it is. I don't know if you can see that, the iridescent sparkle on the background. Gives it a really pretty look. So that is one way of doing it with the embossing powder to cover the back. And like I said, this is with the Xyron Creative Station, just to put adhesive all over the front of the cardstock to do this. And everything is completely dry, nothing will come off, so there's no glitter transferred. And then the second way of doing this that I played around with was using the Tacky When Dry and also with the Stencil. So I just did it also on a piece of cardstock. I did this earlier so it could dry. So I just did this, and then I found using something as flat as possible, using the Tacky When Dry gel medium. Is that okay? So Tacky When Dry gel medium is what it's called. So just to make sure you get it really as smooth as possible on there. And when it goes on, it's first white, and then when it dries, it's clear, but it does take probably 15-30 minutes to dry, depending on how thick it is. So this is what it looks like when it's dry, but it is still tacky. So I'm going to go through and do the same thing as what I did, but this is just going to do just the image, because it doesn't have the sticky on the outside, or around it. And now my fingers are sticky, so this is going to stick to me. Lay it back on there again, and then the same thing, taking my little sponge brush here and going around in a circular motion. Okay, so using the Tacky When Dry gel medium worked well too. I did discover that it worked a little bit better if pushing it down more instead of going around in a circle as much, because it didn't seem to be wanting to stick quite as well. So just pushing it down worked better for me. There we go. I have completed them both, made them both into cards. This one I matted with some glossy foiled paper, gold foiled paper from Rinea, and then with the sentiment I did with some embossing powder, sparkling champagne. Used a visible image stamp with that and added some sequins on there. So this is the one that has the embossing powder on the background, and I used the Xyron Creative Station for this one. And then this one, also all the products will be listed below in the description box if you're interested in any of them. So this one I used the Rinea Starstruck gold foiled paper, and this is the one that I used the, what is it, Tacky When Dry gel medium on. And I also used a visible image stamp on this one and used some foam squares to adhere that on there so it's up higher. And then added some sequences on there too. So let me know which one you like better, either the one with the embossing powder on the back with the Xyron Creative Station, or this one where I use the Tacky When Dry gel medium. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.